I have been dealing with front lever imbalance issues for the longest time now, and I think I finally figured out how to fix it. In this video, I'll be showing you how I dealt with my imbalances so that you might be able to fix your imbalance as well. Let's get started. So first, let me show you a video of my front lever imbalance. So as you can see from this video, I am leaning towards the right, my head is closer to the right, and not only that, my back is not even straight, it is like tilting downwards towards the right shoulder is a bit lower. And I've been doing my front lever like that since the start, and I just didn't know it until now. So how did I even figure out that there was an imbalance in the first place? So one day when I was just training my usual front lever, I suddenly felt a pain in my long head of the left tricep, and this pain would only happen when I was like doing the set, and after I stopped the set, it would sort of continue to linger for a while, and maybe after a couple of minutes it will disappear. But it definitely does affect my strength during the set, and I won't be able to exert maximum strength because of just the pain that happened. And the thing about this pain is that it doesn't really continue on to the rest of the days. Like for example, by the time I get home, the pain wouldn't be there anymore. So it is quite clear that this pain is only caused by like just doing the exercise itself. So at first I just suspected, oh, maybe the muscle is like overly fatigued, so I should just take a rest. So I just cut the volume at first. So even with cutting the volume, I still feel that pain during the sets, like even right at the first set of the session. So that's when I started thinking, maybe there's something wrong that I'm doing with the front lever. So I started to film it from the front, from the head side. Normally people don't really film front lever from the front side. They film it from the side because they want to see whether, their body is flat. So the first time that I filmed it from the front, then I realized that, wow, my front lever is actually horribly imbalanced. Like I was just completely leaning to one side. Yeah, so the funny thing is that since I felt the pain on the left side, I thought that my left side was stronger because it would mean that it is exerting most of the force, and hence it would be feeling the pain. So at first I thought it was my right side that was weaker, so I tried to focus on putting more force on my right, but eventually that didn't work as well, and my imbalance was still there, maybe after a couple of months. So I went to look for a coach. I went to Yuge. Yeah, he's a very strong calisthenics athlete in my country. And I asked him to help me diagnose my front lever issues for just one session. And yeah, he promised me that he could, find out the imbalance and tell me some exercises that I can do. So I just went for it. He diagnosed me with a weak left retraction and a weak left depression. Yeah, so that means that the rotator cuffs that retract and depress on one side of my body, the left side, is actually weaker. And it is causing me to lean towards the right side. Thanks to him, then I managed to figure out that I need to be actually working on retracting and depressing the left side harder instead of the right side. Yeah, next I want to talk about why imbalances may happen for people. So for me, I have played many unilateral sports when I was younger. For example, racket sports. I played badminton for a while, and that will cause your right shoulder or your dominant arm shoulder to be bigger. When you do push-ups after playing badminton as a kid, your right shoulder will be significantly stronger, right, than your left side. Even though push-ups are supposed to train your chest, there is a very big tendency for you to use your right shoulder to do push-ups, and this will cause you to train both sides a little bit unevenly. So in push-ups, you actually want to use your chest, right? So if you sort of keep a neutral to retracted scapular position, you would target your chest. But when I did push-ups when I was younger, I subconsciously protracted my right side a little bit more because my right shoulder is stronger. When you protract, you actually activate your shoulder muscles instead of your chest muscles a little bit more. Yeah, this caused my right shoulder to just get bigger and bigger, and my left shoulder just remained weak. My left chest was trained instead. This example is for push, but the same goes for everything. Like even for pull, certain sports that train your back one side more than the other, maybe I can think of like canoeing, where you only roll one side, one back is going to be bigger, and when you do pull up, yeah, that side is going to be subconsciously pulling more than half of your body weight. And next, I want to talk about the potential problems that an imbalance can give you. For the longest time, I had a left trap tightness, and it's always on the left side, and it's always greater than the right side. The right side is never as knotted as the left side. And honestly, I didn't know why that happened, but after this whole front lever imbalance issue, I finally attributed the trap tightness to the retraction and the depression. So why your traps get tight when your retraction is weak is because in the front lever, you're supposed to use your retraction to resist gravity. But if you just let your body hang, right, your retraction don't work, then your trap will have to take over, and your trap will be overly stretched because you're not retracting. When you don't retract, your body just goes into you just fall deep into this protracted position, and your trap will just be overly stretched. And when it's overly stretched, the muscle actually doesn't really like it, and it will contract harder in order to resist that stretch. and to hold you up. Having tight muscles doesn't mean that the muscle is strong. It actually sometimes means that the muscle is actually weak, or some muscle around it is weak, and that's why it is tight. Another issue I face because of this imbalance is some posture issues. So because my retraction is weak on one side, my left shoulder is actually more inwardly rotated than the right side. So you know how some people have like the slouch, the rounded shoulders? No, yeah, I only had that on one side. The other side was like relatively okay. So it kind of makes you look weird as well when you have an imbalance. Another issue it causes for me is that it will cause one side of your muscles to be bigger than the other. So when you activate your rotator cuffs, your stabilizers, such as the retraction, the depression, it will actually help to activate the outer muscles like the rear delts, the lats a lot better. So for my right side, I was able to activate the lat and the rear delts during front lever well, and that side it grew in size, and my left side it just remained small. So now I just look like one side of my body is bigger than the other. Yeah, simply because the stabilizers were weak. When the stabilizers are weak, you will not be able to put the lats, the rear delts, and all the other muscles, the prime movers, in the optimal position, and they will not be trained the right way. They will not grow and they will not get stronger. And if you think that having an imbalance is no issue, you can just get the front lever or get the move first and then fix the front lever and then fix the imbalance, I'll be here today to challenge that thought. Because, okay, let's say imagine you have a 5-second front lever and you have an imbalance and your right side is stronger. And since your right side is stronger, you will actually be pulling more than 5 seconds worth of front lever on the right arm. Yeah, if you get what I mean. So if your weaker side was able to be as strong as the stronger side, you would easily surpass 5 seconds of front lever just like that. So just by simply training the weaker side, you'll be able to get stronger. So fixing a balance is not wasting time, it's actually helping you to get stronger as well. Next, I want to talk about a common misconception that I think most people have and that I had about fixing imbalance, and that is that, oh, you just simply have to lean to the side that you're weaker at. So for the front lever and for complex movement, that simply doesn't work, because if you lean to your weaker side, let's say my left was weaker, right? Let's say I just lean to my left side, then if I don't retract, I will never be activating the right muscles. I will never activate my lat and I'll never activate my rear delt. So even though there is more weight on that side, my body is probably still like slanted in a certain way because one side is retracting and one side is not. So simply leaning doesn't work. And I don't know, it might worsen your imbalance in another way somehow. So the only way to fix an imbalance is to fix your activation. You can think of it like that. When you have an imbalance, one side is activating well, it is activating the right muscles, and the other side isn't. You will have to try to train the proper activations for the weaker side. So for the case of front lever, in my opinion at least, I think the proper activation is to, try to bend the bar outwards to feel the depression and the retraction. I know that some people don't agree with that. Some people say to bend the bar, some people say not to. But personally, I think that you should bend the bar. So in my imbalance, I was subconsciously bending the bar with my right arm, but not with my left arm. So that's why I wasn't able to retract and depress properly. So just simply thinking about bending the bar harder on my weaker side, it allowed me to activate the weaker side a lot better. That said, even though I said simply leaning doesn't fix the imbalance itself, of course you should still take proper measurements, make sure your head is in the middle, make sure your body is in the middle, and your feet is in the middle. If you film from the front, your left and right sides, it shouldn't be slanted. I think if you fit all these, there is kind of no way that you are in balance if your body is in that correct symmetrical position. Okay, now we can finally get to the good part. How did I fix the imbalance? So I used a couple of exercises. I think one way is to drop the progression and to do it in really, really good form. And you really want to emphasize on the weaker side. For front lever, I could already do a full, so I just did tuck and advanced tuck. And I tried to really retract on the weaker side. And at first, and honestly even now, it still feels a little bit weird to have it balanced. It almost feels like I'm trying to activate a muscle that exists on one side but doesn't exist on the other side. That's probably because the muscle itself is smaller on my left side. It is these signs that I know that I'm working the right muscles and I'm working towards fixing the imbalance and getting stronger. Yeah, so once you drop the progression, you can even add a band and you can just do all the other exercises in the same way, like the presses, the pull-ups, the holds. So personally, some of the exact exercises that I do is a bended advanced tuck front lever pull-up, and I really try to retract on especially the weaker side. And it's very common when doing advanced tuck pull-ups to lose retraction as you go up, so you really have to take note of that. And another underrated exercise that I like to do is the tuck front lever pull-up. So the tuck front lever pull-up, I just pull to half rep because your shins will get in the way. And I think too many people just hate tuck front lever because, you know, they always say it's useless, it's too different from the full front lever. But yes, while the angles are very different, I think the one thing that it is very good at is that it allows your retraction to tank the whole body weight of your weight. You are able to train and isolate the retraction in tuck front lever without stressing the other muscles out too much. For me, I was able to do full front lever, right? So a tuck should be no issue for me, and I was easily able to retract and feel that weaker, smaller muscle in the tuck position. If I actually increase the progression, I will lose the retraction and I won't be able to feel the proper activations. So even now, I still do the tuck front lever pull up as the last exercise, and I think it is really good just for me to like target the weaker side and allow the weaker side to catch up in size at least. One last thing I want to add is that initially when you try to fix your imbalance, you're going to be extremely weak, you're going to drop a lot of progression, and I really want to make this clear, but you will feel only one side working, which is your weaker side, and this is completely normal. In fact, this is a good sign that you are going towards fixing your imbalance, because if one side is weaker and the other side is stronger, and if both sides are having the same weight and taking the same load, it would mean that the weaker side will be more sore, right? I mean, it only makes sense that it's like that. In fact, if both sides actually feels the same, it means that the stronger side is taking more weight. So from now on, whenever you do any of your sets, your weaker side must always be feeling more of the weight. I think this is one of the biggest paradigm shifts for me that allowed me to move towards fixing my imbalance. And by doing all the exercises that I mentioned and the activations and all that, I was able to, okay, I wouldn't say it's 100% fixed right now, but at least I'm always aware when I am slipping into an imbalance. And just last week, I managed to unlock I don't know what you call it, but it's like a one arm-ish front lever with the other arm on the supporting arm. And this is on my weaker side, so I think it is a good sign that I was able to move towards fixing my imbalance. And of course, I think the best part is the pain is what got me to stop training front lever due to imbalance, and now I no longer have that same pain when I train front lever again. So yeah, I'm very happy to be able to train front lever normally now without imbalance injuries. Yeah, that's all I have to say for imbalances today. I hope this video helped you, and I hope that you will fix your imbalance one day, hopefully soon. And if you like this video, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to my channel to see more videos just like this one. And I'll see you in the next video.